Hi there. You're tuning in because, well, you want to get smart fast.
That's the idea.
And today, we're doing just that. We're diving into the commentary from that recent Yankees and Athletics baseball game.
Yep.
Forget listening to the whole thing, hours of play-by-play. Our mission here, it's to pull out the most interesting bits, the insightful stuff for you right here.
Think of it like finding the hidden layers. Because good commentary, it's not just saying what happened on the field.
Right.
It's the real-time analysis, the strategy, player habits, those moments where the game really turns.
Okay.
And one big thing the commentators kept coming back to was the Yankees' pitching strategy, how they approached the Athletics batters.
Okay, yeah, let's dig into that pitching strategy. It wasn't simply throw strikes, was it? I mean, the commentators seemed to pick up on a shift, a change in how the Yankees were going after certain Athletics hitters, especially as the game wore on.
Precisely. And what was really fascinating was how they started using more off-speed pitches.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, especially in counts where you'd expect those Athletics power hitters to be, swinging for the fences.
Right, trying to catch them off balance.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
It suggests a tactical shift, right? Trying to disrupt their timing, stop the big home runs.
Makes sense.
And it makes you wonder, how much of that is planned beforehand from scouting reports?
Yeah.
And how much is just reacting to the game, what they're seeing right then? The commentators were actually talking about that balance themselves.
Huh. Okay, so while the Yankees are adjusting their pitching, what about the other side? What were the commentators saying about the Athletics hitting? Were they consistent, or were there patterns?
Well, the story around the Athletics offense was kind of moments of real threat mixed with periods where things just stalled out.
Okay. Fits and starts.
Yeah. The commentators would really zoom in on specific at-bats, breaking down how a hitter was approaching a certain pitcher.
Like a mini analysis within the analysis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They might point out, say, a hitter just not adjusting to a pitcher's curveball time after time. It really highlighted how those individual matchups can swing the whole team's offense.
It's almost like the commentary team is, I don't know, telling little stories inside the bigger game story.
That's a great way to put it.
They sort of build up the tension around a player or a situation, and then they analyze if it paid off or not.
Totally. And it's not just the players either. The commentators spend time looking closely at managerial decisions too.
Yeah, the manager.
Like when to pinch hit or when to pull a pitcher. They weren't just saying what happened, they were often giving context, guessing the reasoning.
Trying to get inside the manager's head.
Yeah, speculating on the thought process, which is interesting.
It really makes you think about your own view as a fan, doesn't it? Like, when you see a move you don't agree with, what are you basing that on? Are you seeing the same things the commentators are pointing out?
That's such a crucial point, because the best commentary, it pushes you to engage more deeply. For example, there were moments where they'd spot these really subtle momentum shifts, things you might easily miss if you weren't listening closely.
Like what?
Oh, maybe a sudden great defensive play or a key strikeout that just seemed to change the whole energy on the field. You could almost feel it.
So it's definitely not just about the runs on the scoreboard then. These little shifts, they can be huge clues about where the game might be going.
Absolutely. Skilled commentators are like interpreters, really.
Yeah.
They highlight that subtle stuff, the nuances of the game, and explain why it might matter.
Okay. All right. So if we boil all this down, what's the main takeaway from this deep dive into the game's commentary?
I think the core thing is that the commentary just gives you this really rich, layered view of the game that goes way beyond the box score.
Yeah.
It shows you the strategic chess match, the individual player stuff, those almost invisible momentum swings, everything that led to the final score between the Yankees and Athletics in this specific game.
Fascinating stuff. Okay, final thought then. Thinking about this commentary and all the analysis packed into it, what specific part of baseball analysis really jumps out at you now? Maybe the strategy calls, or the psychology between hitter and pitcher, or even just that idea of momentum. What area feels like it might be surprisingly valuable for you to maybe explore a bit more next time you're watching? Just something to chew on.